Hey guys, Joe here. You know, we spent so much time recently talking pretty much exclusively about the Knight Rider Semi that I've kind of neglected to talk about the other big project that we had going on prior to the Semi's arrival, and that was the insert dash for Season 3 and 4. If you remember, we found and started to restore the Season 3-4 insert dash, the one used on a soundstage at Universal Studios for all of KITT's close-ups. Anytime you saw his voice, the voice modulator or the speedometer or the tack up close, the monitor working, that was all done on the insert dash. So we found it and began the restoration of it. Well, we haven't updated you forever on that project because the Semi has kind of taken all of our time. So why don't we take a couple minutes now and let's give you a status update on the insert dash and kind of the plans forward. All right, so let's take a look at the insert dash as it is today. Now, I kind of hate to say this, but it's been sitting for months and months. I've placed the original panels. Everything you see here is original. Everything that you don't see is missing. We don't have. So we've got one of the original pods. That's all the original voice box. We did have to add in the colored gels on top again, but we've got the original countdown here, original tack, PAMP, monitor frame, and of course the dash shell itself. Now, one bit of, I guess you could say, breaking news. So if you remember back on our videos, oh geez, many months ago, the plan was to restore this into full working order, make it back to the way it was when it was on the sound stage at Universal, meaning there was a control box off screen with knobs and switches, and you could, make the tack go up and down, make the numbers go up and down, do all this stuff. And then we were going to place this dash back into our original car. After the show ended, for those of you who aren't familiar, this dash ended up in our screen-used Knight Rider car and was on display at Universal Studios Hollywood at their theme park. But when we got this dash shell, we got it all refinished, got it back to pretty much perfect condition. We went to place it in the car and we had a problem. So what's the problem, you might ask? Well, I'll show you. Coming over here, take a look at this lip. See this lip on here? The way this is designed, this actually does not fit in a stock Trans Am. And I should say, this isn't the only dash. A lot of replica dashes have this not a lip, this bevel here. But the specific shape of this dash does not fit in a Trans Am properly. So you're going to be asking yourself, well, but this was in a Trans Am. Well, yes, it was. But in order to make this dash fit, they actually ripped out all of the stock Trans Am dashboard. The entire dash shell was removed, leaving the car down to the firewall. And then with angle brackets and different things like that, they installed this in the car. When we restored our Knight Rider car, we put the stock dash back in, stock Trans Am dash back in, or a replica of it, because the original was gone. So when we went to try and put this dash in with the stock dash, it does not fit, not even close. So we were left with, a quandary. Do we rip out the stock dash again and put this in? But we didn't want to do that because we carefully and meticulously restored our car back. We did like a hybrid. of when it was used on the show and when it was used on the theme park display. So we wanted to keep that stock dash underneath because that housed fog light switches and line lock lights and different things like that, and we wanted to maintain all of that history. So, but this dash does not fit in the car with that stock dash in. So after much deliberating back and forth on what we're going to do, this is what we decided to do. This dash is not going to go back into our original car. Instead, we are going to restore this back to 100% the condition it was in when used on a soundstage, meaning it will not be in a car. It's going to be on almost like a cart, a portable cart with a control box off to the side. We have the lower console, the insert lower console as well. So we'll probably build that out also. The idea is to replicate what it was on the soundstage. And one other reason why we're going to do that versus putting in the car, even if this fit in a Trans Am, we have one other kind of issue, and that's these original panels. You can see here how over time this film, this textured film, has shrunk and wrinkled and other things of that nature, and it's been sun faded. And these panels were never meant to be exposed to hot and cold cycles, sun and different temperatures. So in an effort to preserve these as nice as we can, we don't want to expose this dash and these panels to those extreme colds and hots. Sitting at a car show on a 90-degree day, that sun beating in is going to ruin these panels over time. So that was another reason why we decided, let's keep this out and let's restore it as the insert dash, the stage dash, and not put it back in the car. And we're not going to replace this film. We're going to leave all this original. So even though you see imperfections, we're keeping that. You look here at the normal auto pursuit lights, and you can see the wear. We're keeping all that. We're not going to touch any of that. And same with the countdown here. Those are all the original graphics, and we're not touching any of that stuff. So the car is going to house a replica dash that's going to look identical to this. Actually, it's already done and does look pretty much identical to this. But this one is going to be special. We are going to wire it up. When the studio took this insert dash and put it in the car, they basically removed all the logic that controlled any of these lights. And they hardwired it to just light up. Doesn't do anything except light up when you apply power to it. So we are going to undo some of that, and we're going to put the logic back in so we can drive all these panels and the gauges and the numbers and the LEDs. So it is going to function just like it did on the soundstage, but not in the car. So there you go. That's the update on the insert dash. Now, don't expect any work on this in the near term. Probably not till next year. Right now it's kind of in storage. Next year, after the semi is done, this is the project we're going to get back to. And this is going to be a really cool one. We have some neat ideas about how we're going to display this and how we're going to build it out and things like that. So coming not too soon, next year probably, we'll get back to this dash. But I didn't want you to think we forgot about it. Again, the semi has taken top priority for right now, but the insert dash will be coming along soon. So with all that said, let's end this with a turbo boost.
And now, while we listen to Joe's selection of Knight Rider music that we received directly from Don Peak himself, we'd like to thank these Patreon supporters. Look at you guys scrolling up the screen to my right. Wait a minute, how can you tell which side is my right, since you can't see me because I'm not on camera? Oh well, you know what I mean. We're featuring these fine supporters at our Knight Rider Prop Restorer level. Thank you very much for your support. And for those of you at the Knight Rider History Hunter level, we're recognizing you right now in the description. Now, if you enjoyed seeing this golden nugget of Knight Rider history being rescued from obscurity, then please consider supporting us on Patreon. Your support would empower us to bring you even more of these historical nuggets. We are the Knight Rider Historians. Till next time, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.